something very dangerous has just happened. And that is, I've started to think of other video ideas to do. So we can shove away Mumbo's Season 8 base for now, and we can dive into this silly idea that my brain decided to come up with. So basically, what I would like to do is take Mumbo's Minecraft skins and convert them into a Lego form of some sort. And to do this, I'm going to take some of Mumbo's more famous and some of Mumbo's more recent, like Mumboink skins, and convert them into a Lego build. And it probably won't be an actual like big 3D structure. I'm thinking of doing something more like a mosaic. So I'll see you all in studio to play around with a couple different structures and color palettes. So after playing around with a couple of color palettes, these ones here in particular, I came up with a design, and that design is, boom, a Mumbo Jumbo face. And it looks pretty good. I know it's quite small, it's only an 8x8, the same size as a actual Minecraft skin. But obviously this Mumbo skin doesn't look quite right, as LEGO has various difficulties in which it's hard to get the exact colors correct, because obviously not all colors are available in LEGO bricks, and not all colors are available in certain types of bricks. So you know, this end design came out pretty well, just a tiny little thing that I could probably build in about a minute, but it does look kind of weird. I don't know if it's because I lined up these bricks kind of weird, but it just looks like his eyes are popping out of his face and there's kind of like a round curve here, but it is all flat, so I don't know, it just must be a trick of the types of bricks being used. It appears Mumbo's face is an illusion, and if we zoom out and those lines disappear, you can see it just looks flat now. And when you zoom back in, it kind of pops out kind of weirdly. So this simple design took really not that long to make, and if I stopped it here, the video would be like a minute and a bit long. So I went a little bit further. I have created Mumbo's potato skin, and I actually really like how this one came out. I had to use a little bit of that gold color there just to really make those yellowy and orangey colors pop. This is probably my favorite skin. All of the colors just lined up really well and matched. I guess I didn't actually use that color, so we can delete that, but all of the colors lined up really well, and you can see it just looks like Mumbo's potato skin, so I think that portrays that really nicely. But then obviously with having Mumbo's potato skin, I just had to do Patatman, or at least I think that's what Mumbo's Batman potato mashup skin is called. So I really like how this one came out as well. It looks quite fantastic for being like how simple it is, with literally just an 8x8 plate. So after constructing Patatman here, I moved on to one of Mumbo's more recent skins, his carrot skin, because of his weird anatomy this season where he becomes anything he eats. So I made this carrot skin. It again looks pretty decent as well, and I just put this little carrot top on top, and you could switch it out for just a plate here just to make it flat like all the other ones, but I much prefer this kind of leaf top there versus just that flat bar. So there is Patatman and Mumbo's carrot face. So there weren't many other skins to choose from, especially from Season 8, so that's when I decided to move back in time to Mumbo's Season 7 skins. So first off, here we have Bumbo Baggins, an absolutely iconic skin. I absolutely love this one. It came out really nicely as well. I love that hair, Bumbo. And of course, we had to have Mumbo's Mayor Campaign skin. I don't know if there's a specific name for it, but this is the skin that Mumbo had for his Mayor Campaign in Season 7, and you gotta love that face. Actually, if I remember correctly, that face was actually caused because of Mumbo losing his mustache. Again. And if you guys really want to, you can try and copy these designs as best as you can. I know they're a little bit difficult to look at here, but you can try and copy these as best as you can and maybe even build them in real life. That's kind of the point of this video after all. But of course, I've finished these skins, but I still want to do one more, and there is only one logical option. There's the pig-faced quarter mustache Mumboink man, the one that we all know and love. Actually, who am I kidding? That's only a face a mother could love. Oh man, all jokes aside, the look of this guy is absolutely fantastic, and I love how it came out. I just can't stop smiling at this guy. I absolutely love it. And you know, this is one of those moments where a kid goes, "Mom, can we have Mumbo at home?" This is Mumbo at home. I know there was a bunch of other ones that I could have done, but merely decided not to. And while this is all well and good, all these designs look fantastic, and by all means, go ahead and create these yourself, I decided why not take this a whole universe further. Maybe it's not even universe at this point, it's like multi-dimensional game or something. I have decided to create Mumbo's real life skin, aka his face, and convert it into a Lego mural or some sort of Lego build. And so with a quick Google search and a little bit of browsing, I found the perfect photo. Okay, maybe not that one, but one pretty similar. And whilst I built all of these creations on Studio, I was doing this all on the floor, so my setup looked a little bit something like this. Just so you guys get an idea of the professional that you're working with here. So there are two ways that I can approach making a Mumbo mural. The first one is just to take a pixelated image of Mumbo's face and then just guess the colors and put them on a mural like you see here on Studio and just kind of fill in the parts as I go along. But as you can imagine, that got very tedious very quickly. And the second, much more logical and much faster option is to open up Photoshop, import Mumbo's face, and then using a couple of special features, we pixelate it into this much more blurry version of Mumbo's face, then to create this basically Lego stud texture to overlay on top of this pixelated version. So with a quick little playing around of pixel sizes, I figured that out. And then by overlaying our pixelated Mumbo Jumbo image with our stud texture, we are able to create this Lego mosaic that looks pretty good. And now we have our beautiful Mumbo Jumbo face all ready to go as a Lego mosaic. And so this is my first attempt at making one, so it was not the best. So here are a couple of my better versions. I think this is probably the best one. It's a lot smaller and a lot simpler, and therefore it looks a lot more realistic. And I know those eyes are a little bit creepy, but just you wait until I show you some of the different settings you can adjust this to. So just heading over to layers here and then looking at the different types here, you can see we are currently at luminosity. You can change it to color, saturation, all these different things that basically these colors are blended to, or the two textures are blended to. And so after these four down here, it gets a little bit more creepy. Divide is not that bad, it's just kind of a white thing. Subtract, black. Exclusion, a little bit weird. Difference, basically all black with just a little bit of color as well. But the next one, oh boy, get ready people. This is the stuff of nightmares. It is hard mix. Oh man, oh man, that is so oh no, we have to move away from that. Okay, no, we're moving away. So those are some of the different tones that you can set this to. So probably the one that's actually closest to what would be a real Lego mosaic is the setting at the top called normal. So you can see it has a little bit more of a crazy color selection, but most of these colors are actually possible in Lego bricks, and this could actually be built out of Lego. So not only did I make this much smaller version here, but I also did a much larger, more detailed version, and here you can see, if I just quickly add it in here, we can look at it in that normal mode. Actually, it doesn't look that different. Photoshop may be having some issues. And so here I have a much larger and much more detailed version, so you can kind of see the difference there. There's a lot more pixels in here. This would be a lot more difficult to create in real life, and therefore I probably won't do it. And now the final version here that I made is a completely different picture of Mumbo Jumbo. You may recognize it from some of his thumbnails. I think he has it in. But I think this one turned out quite well as well. And as you can see, if we turn it to the all the way at the top, normal, this is probably what it would look like as a Lego mosaic. So actually this layer adjustment thing where it has normal and luminosity and also has that creepy version of Mumbo doesn't seem to be working, so I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. But the first example that I showed you, this image here, is the one that would look like a Lego mosaic if it was actually made. And another sign of my supreme intelligence is that I spent about the last 10 minutes looking for this camera when it was sitting on the tripod the entire time. So scoot over, Mumbo and Brian, I am joining the 2 Brain Cell Club. But all stupidity aside, I do really think it would be fun to create this mosaic in real life, and I know this piece of paper with a brick pattern on it doesn't quite cut it, but please let me know if you guys would like to see something like this, so then I can actually put in the work and create a massive mosaic of Mumbo's face. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching this silly idea of a video, and with that said, Gigahertz Productions, out.